Well, I hear the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, Earth's rightful ruler. Majesty, Ras Tafari crown, unconquerable.
You have all of these great classical renditions of images of great kings and great people in Europe and everywhere, and these images stand the test of time. And what they do is not just this regal look, but it does stand for all of this royalty. And if we should see His Majesty as royalty, we have to portray more of that, son.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. Yes, greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, the first King Rastafari. This is the Dejazmatch Kwasi, and this is the Lion Voice. We are here with a very special edition of the Lion Voice, where we are now going to be introducing you to ones that were instrumental in the creation of my first published work, Haile Selassie, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings. I have with Iman today a brethren that give Iman great joy. You know, people throw away the word sound genius and, you know, these things and them use them casually. But there are few people who have a gift that is undeniable upon sight. And this is one of these brethren where, you know, you would have to touch with that divine essence that, you know, the translation between the image and what he's able to capture on the page is remarkable. Who am I talking about here? People from Jamaica already know me I talk about because this brethren is not someone who is not unknown. You understand? So for the rest of the world, it's my great honor to introduce Ras Joavan Puran. Blessing, my brother.
Give thanks, give thanks. Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie first, you know, and the Royal Empress and the children. Yeah, and the whole earth. Give thanks to everyone. Give thanks to Ras Kwasi because yeah, he's an instrumental one in the movement, in the progress of the people, you know, throughout time, realize that this book is exceptional. I have few publications out there in modern times that we can get our hands on. So it is truly a great joy to be a part of this. So moreover, it is, you know, my hats off to the eye on this, you know, congrats on this book. This is a tremendous effort for in this time. Yes, sir.
You know, I give thanks. And to be honest, when I thought about creating a cover for this book, and first of all, let me not be rude. Let me big up Bookman Express, our publisher.
Sure.
You know, the mighty works that have been done. Big up Highly Bonso Unlimited, everyone who's involved in the production of the book. We're going to get into a little bit of that in other content. Today, we're going to be just really talking about the visuals. You can see the brethren showing the original work. And this really was a collaborative work between Ayman and the brethren. And I want to just dive deep into, and you can see the book here. I want to dive deep into the creation of this work, you know, the iris and the process that the eye, you know, went through to create this image, which I think will become an iconic image within the Liberty, His Majesty willing, you know, if this
Yes,
work is
I.
accepted. So tell me, just briefly, how do you remember it unfolding? Because I know how you know, I never had anybody else in mind, to be honest, to do
See,
this image. You know what I mean? Because I saw an image that the eye did of His Majesty. I thought it was a photograph
oh,
in the
see.
field marshal. hat, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
when we look, take a stock and we say is really a drawing, you know. I said, no man, that is not normal, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and from that time, then I really wanted to work with the heights, and then now it realized that we link up at the Jamaica Music Conference. Miss City, I come in with knife, you know. So we
Yes, King.
realized that one family, you know.
One settings, one life for circuit.
You know, but I want to get it just from your perspective, you know. Take me through getting the phone call, you know, what was the irritation, you know?
Dude. Yeah, you know, this is a history, you know, this is a part of history now, you know. So we really I live to document. As I say, you know, overall it was a day I never recall exactly how and when, but I know that and getting the phone call, they I always have some great mission in store. Because the last time we spoke, we really depend some key terms with, you know, getting some knowledge to the people and getting some awareness more into the creative aspect. So when I really call and put forward this, I say, all right, you know, say this is a wholly figure, you know, internalized now because it and it would only do much justice while speaking. I can just show the ones them the image. So we did we did discuss it mutually because as it is the concept and the entirety of the image is as a result of I and the I together, you know, forwarding and formulating this. So it's with the I reservoir of knowledge as a amp we look up to. And I know doing the visuals now, we did about 5 to 6 sketches before so this is call it the seventh one. So this really is like the seventh drawing that we interpreted and we really wanted to have some amount of characteristics revolving around this, some elements that we want known and more of this generation to know. Like we put some of the Lalibela, the churches in there in the background, some of the new developments in Ethiopia, which is as a result of the majesty. You
Yes.
know, the prostrations and the people, everyone prostrating, you know, the warriors that come together, the priests, the kings, the soldiers, the angels. So it is really a reckoning, you know, of a great manifestation within the earth realm. And we want that to be seen that again, as above, so below, as it is in the heavens, so it is in the earth. So it is a whole heap of things come forward to the mind and creating it. But again, with a simple direction, we can afford to give this visual an unchallenging kind of appeal and still people read into it as a direct representation of what took place. And it can edify to some extent a kind of a summarization of what to expect in the book or
Exactly.
what ones can look forward to, you know, in a nutshell. This work took about a year to 2 years to complete, formulate, edit, and put together where the item can have it now as a book. So we give thanks.
Yes, and give thanks for the consistency. You know, it was a process, and for those who are creatives, they will know that this is not overnight. When we set out for work, you know, it does take time, and you have to keep on going because you know all of us are multitasking. I know this is one of the most busy artists, you know, so for me to take his time, you know, it was an honor. And I'm going to have to lock him in for volume 2 already too. I don't know how that will go, but we have to go reason because volume 2 is being written. And this image, by the way, it's a reoccurring theme in the book. So each of the chapters we return, to this birth
Right.
place, and so it becomes an anchor. So when you read the book, you will see the importance. And what I loved about it when I saw, as the brethren say, is that it has a prophetic element in terms of the modern Ethiopia, because when His Majesty was born, Ethiopia was
Yes.
an ancient realm, no paved roads, not one concrete road in the realm. People traveled by mule and horseback.
Right.
Or the warriors were barefoot warriors. So you can see even, there he's showing. So
Right.
you're dealing with a whole different concept of the modern
Indeed.
world, you know,
I-
at the time of this birth. But at the same time, this birth would bring all this modernity into Ethiopia.
Indeed. And
But go ahead.
yes, sorry to cut, but it's so fascinating that you said that. For the first time we spoke about this. About even the simple icons that he spoke about. These iconography.
Yes.
The bare feet, you know, the structures that were in Ethiopia at that time. The roads, the houses, the people, the churches were pretty much the most developed, and they were monoliths. We all know
Yes.
most of these monoliths are probably one of the only places you find them, and it's in Ethiopia. So it's very good to note that the birth again, and that's one of the next significance of this book, because very few books will give any account of the birth of His Majesty and the development of Ethiopia as a result of that. And then all of these images now will again coincide with what you are saying, what the book is saying. So we are very grateful that this cover can somewhat illustrate, those simple details that most people are unaware of. That even during the Italian invasion, the Ethiopians had no weapons. This was a
Very few.
peaceful nation. This
Yes,
was
very
not
few.
one of these tyrant nations that go about destroying themselves and others and imploding. So we have to manifest this. We have to, So it's very great to have these things done now, so that generations to come can see and understand more. It's done from us.
The eye does a lot of work in terms of drawing His Majesty, translating Rastafari imagery. Why does the eye find this important? Let me.
Well, moreover, seeing that it is part of our culture, we don't only find it necessary that we dive into it in all aspects. Seeing that I and I people have researched and see that we doing our own food, planting our own food will have to sustain us. We using our own garments, wearing our own fabrics is more of a derivative from our culture. It's a retention. So I feel like doing more of these studies with a degree mindset, with all of this training that the modern world will give to us, we can revisit some of the aspects of our culture and put them forward. We really want to put these things forward in the best way possible. So it stands the hallmark of time, because he is unapologetically the most photographed person in history. It is very much documented, and unlike others, and we cannot find people doing these works, to the best of my knowledge, in Jamaica with this fine art quality. You will find the the regular person painting and they look very nice and we don't want to call any names, but you have all of these great classical renditions of images of great kings and great people in Europe and everywhere, and these images stand the test of time. And what they do is not just this regal look, but it does stand for all of this royalty. And if we should see His Majesty as royalty, we have to portray more of that. So I just really feel like tapping into that. So yeah, man, more than necessary.
Give thanks. It really, really is powerful. And we want to empower brethren like the eye, because it's very important that the visual arts, be held at the highest. Any culture that doesn't value visual arts, because at the end of the day, even after the word pass away, a lot of time the image remain, If we look at, hieroglyphs, and we look at cave paintings, and, you see the visual art preserve the culture of people that no longer walk the face of the earth, but we know they were there and what they did because of the visuals that they left, hunting
Haile.
and hunter-gatherer people. So it's very important. And I feel very blessed to know a brother like this who can create works, and you can see as he's reasoning and he's showing, it's almost like a movie. And we talked about potentially turning the book into an animated movie,
Yeah.
And as I'm looking at the eye, move the camera around like, like it's a scene, I'm saying, boy, this is something we need to really act on,
Yeah, man, because they make them, they make all the DC cartoon, the DC comics, the Marvel comics, all of them, it's just franchises finding things that are lucrative, stories that are, quite prominent enough that are catchy, and people will demand to see that. So, in essence, these things which are a recurrence in life, and it is a reality. The birth of His Majesty, the life of His Majesty is probably one of the most talked about. If you check any street corner in Jamaica, whether in rural or urban area, you will find a conversation around this on a daily basis. So it is one of the most talked about things. And if it already on the lips and ears of everyone in the nook and cranny, whether you like or you dislike, it is a fact that this emperor came to Jamaica. There are tons and tons of information in the universities everywhere. So we should implore the people to see and definitely get more into, the visuals. And if we should, I am definitely on board. So yeah, man, look forward to seeing that manifestation.
Yes, for sure. We have to do some touring with this work, with the book, and we'll talk about some business, because one of the things on my channel, I'm talking about building a kingdom while navigating Babylon jungle, and economics is a part of anything that we're doing, and it's been a pleasure doing business with the eye, and I want to emphasize that part as well, that, two grown Black men can get together, conduct business in an upful manner, and produce beautiful works, such as what you see there, a book that will last the test of time.